My Darling in the FranXX, episode 15. So what's up guys, Foxen here. Just getting into My Darling. And let me tell you, I've been wanting to watch this forever. I'm all caught up now, so jumping straight into this. Here's my thoughts and breakdowns for a lot of the juicy stuff this episode. And no, I'm not talking about the FranXX booty. The previous Darling episode was a complete crapfest. I was hearing about the whole drama coming from fans the entire week. I was just thinking, what the freaking hell is going on? That sounds like fun. I gotta get in there. And really, it seems like most of the hate seems geared towards Ichigo. But was all this backlash justified? I'm all caught up on this, so what are my thoughts? I actually just finished the episode earlier today. In episode 14, it seemed like everyone was in the wrong there. Arguably some more than others. I already had heard about the Ichigo backlash, so my eyes were on her. Although really, it seemed like Ichigo was more or less justified, until the end that is. That whole finale situation left me feeling daunty. Talk about drama. Anyway, now episode 15. Like I said, a ton of juicy stuff here. You know me, I gotta start with the main course, then I'll comment on a few other stuff. After that horrible parting situation, Hiro actually managed to come face to face with 02 and actually work stuff out. Specifically, there was that whole line about actually talking and thinking this out. That is something you freaking have to do, or whatever relationship you do have is gonna crumble again, which I could still see happening. Ultimately, Hiro and 02's new bond helps make this new powerful FranXX form. You got the Strelitzia going Bankai, as if 02's FranXX wasn't already powerful enough. This right here really reminded me of Riku's power up at the end of the series in Kill la Kill. As for Ichigo's side and part to all of this, right now it seems like Ichigo has accepted their love and at the same time her loss, unfortunately. Ultimately, she does have to let Hiro move on. It seemed like Hiro just sister friend her. Unfortunately for Ichigo, Hiro's connection to 02 is much stronger. As for why Ichigo was actually able to accept this loss, could it have something to do with better understanding Hiro from seeing what's inside of his mind? If only it was that easy in real life. I'm also just wondering, from here, what is Ichigo going to do? Will she go back to Goro, the guy that previously confessed to her? Anyway, as for the rest of the episode, let me actually go back and comment on quite a few things. First off, after the painful finale of the previous episode, 02 was going all out this episode. It seemed like Dr. FranXX already had a few guys lined up for her, but she already had killed all of them? Really? At that point, 02 was just going solo in that beast mode. There's still this question about what the hell she really is, other than just some general demon. Next up, those custom FranXX. I'm talking about the ones from the 9 team. It seemed like more or less this special unit had FranXX resembling the one that 02 uses. And just what is going on with this whole 9 team is still a mystery. So far, the most we've gotten out of this team has been from the character Alpha. This episode, he made a comment about them doing well for humans. So these guys should be special. I don't think they're like 02. But at the same time, they may not be full demons. They gotta be some type of hybrid experiment. You saw Alpha in the cockpit. This guy had horns. Also, there is something else going on with this team. Specifically, Alpha was taking the lower position in the FranXX. Whatever happened to this being a female-male requirement? Or can they switch? Is whatever Alpha is considered both, either? Could it just be their custom FranXX that have different requirements? Whatever the case, this is pretty interesting. It would be interesting to see 02 and Hiro swapped in the future. Think about it. And talking about 02, there is something interesting that I noticed, and maybe I'm late on this. You've seen before that those Klaxosaurs monsters have blue blood. Who else has blue blood? Well, 02. At least that red form in the flashback. There are two big mysteries with 02 right now. What happened over the years that now she looks more human? She was freaking red before. And also, is she just a more humanoid version of a Klaxosaur? Perhaps some evolved species? Notice how in this episode, Dr. FranXX made a comment about this too. So does this confirm it? Is 02 just some advanced Klaxosaur thing? In this episode, you also saw the biggest super lemon class Klaxosaur. Or second biggest, we'll get to the one at the end soon. For this one though, holy frack, this was the size of a mountain. It was bigger and thicker than their plantations. I'm still wondering what these things are exactly. They seem to be robotic, but also organic at the same time. This episode, you also got a little bit more about those ape guys in charge, which it seems like they have an interesting mentality. Right now, it seems like they have one goal. So to reach it, it doesn't matter whether they have to sacrifice some FranXX in the process. I'm talking about that Protocol 32. As soon as I heard that, I was thinking, suicide bombers? And yeah, unfortunately for them, it turned out to be true. But what was really shocking was them also using plantations to self-destruct too. Notably, this was also when Plantation 13 was getting attacked. Why were they trying so hard to protect this one? There is something more going on with this ape group. At the very end of the episode, they mentioned about the doors being open for humanity's liberation. And don't forget about the other reveal this episode. It looked like there were some type of humans inside of those orb things. Are all of these Klaxosaur monsters human-powered? I mean, when I first saw them, it was something that came to mind. Are all of these things just human creations or human corruptions? Next up, I do have to mention Goro and the little sacrifice he did. This was around mid-episode, which was really surprising, Goro letting Hiro write her partner Ichigo. I'm kind of feeling a little bad for this guy. It seems like this guy has a case of being that hardworking, friend-zoned person. I'm gonna call it now. Goro is gonna die protecting Ichigo. As for Hiro writing Ichigo, here was when I started feeling really bad for Ichigo. Just seeing all the thoughts and feelings of the guy that you love. Yet instead of seeing yourself, all of these memories in Hiro, they're all of that other woman. Poor Ichigo. Although there is a bright side. All of this most likely helped her understand Hiro's side to this a little bit more. Speaking of which, one of the things I did enjoy this episode was that girl on girl action, that mech fight. Ichigo freaking bitch slapped 02's Tiger Kitty. Both of these two girls have had their serious issues with each other. Let's see if this actually gets resolved going forward. A little bit later, what was interesting to see was 02's horns. They kept on growing and growing. At this point, they were to the rooftop in top of the FranXX. So is this happening because she's moving away from being human or acting as a human? As for Hiro and 02's flashback here, slowly but surely we're getting more answers to this. It seems like Hiro's memories were completely wiped out. On the other hand, 02 had his special place that couldn't be touched. I'm guessing this was related to Hiro's interactions. Although notice here, supposedly she got mind wiped again. Could this be why 02 is so messed up in the head, or at least part of it? As for 02's whole blood licking, the flashback showed her licking her own blood. And I think now this makes total sense why she licked Hiro early on. It was almost as if she was using the taste of herself to prevent her from forgetting? And then she actually tried to follow the same process with the book she was eating. The blood thing might work, the book thing, no. As for the whole situation right now involving 02, Hiro, and Ichigo, hopefully they do follow Hiro's advice and actually talk and think this through. The 02 up to this point has had that problem connecting to others. But then at the same time, Ichigo has kept everything bottled inside. Although maybe they won't be able to get to this next episode. At the end of this, he had that big ass, world-sized hand. Holy frack. And really, am I getting this wrong or did that just wipe out Plantation 13? It seemed like Hiro and friends survived that by just dumb luck. Like really, just see the size of that thing. Just give up now. Forget about it. Episode 15 series over. I'm kidding, just a bit. But anyway, let me hear your thoughts now. Question of the day. How do you feel about the whole 02 Hiro Ichigo situation? Is it finally resolved? Is anyone also still pissed off at Ichigo? Was anyone mad at 02? And do you think the whole situation online about this was overblown by some people? Also, things are getting more interesting with some of the reveals here. Do you have any theories about the new development here? Anyway, if you love My Darling, give us a huge thumbs up and subscribe. Going forward, I am reviewing My Darling weekly. This series also leaves a lot of possibilities for theory videos. Would anyone want to see some? If there's enough interest, it might just happen. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.